Perhaps the most compelling story of last year's NBA was the LA Lakers' re-emergence as the top team in the West. This offseason, they have continued to dominate the headlines. The Los Angeles franchise has picked up several players who have added depth and talent to their roster, making them a formidable force and the favorites to succeed in the Western Conference again this year. With all the new additions to their side, we look at how the reigning champions could line up when the NBA tips off on December 22nd. The LA Lakers have done their business early this year, seeking to bring in depth and provide stars Anthony Davis and LeBron James with vital support. Dennis Schroeder, Marc Gasol, Montrezl Harrell, and Wesley Matthews were all brought into the side, while CaldwellPope was re-signed on a 3-year deal. The signings suggest the Lakers could be devastating on both ends of the floor, with one of the strongest starting lineups in the league. So, here are the LA Lakers' strongest starting 5. Point guard. LeBron James. LeBron James continues to defy his age and his critics as one of the greatest players the NBA has ever seen. At 35 years of age, James started every one of his 67 games last season, averaged 25 points, and led the league with over 10 assists per game. He has adapted his game since moving to the LA Lakers, becoming their starting point guard. With this change, he was able to completely control how the Lakers' offense was run and led his side to 52 wins in a stacked Western Conference. After failing to make the playoffs in 2019, LeBron returned in classic fashion, proving why he is still the greatest competitor in the league. James led by example throughout the bubble, bringing the Lakers roster along with him. He almost averaged a double-double in the finals with over 25 points in each, including one 40-point game. LeBron was named Finals MVP, the second oldest player in the league's history win one, and will be looking to repeat that feat this season. Power forward. Anthony Davis. The Lakers' new superstar had a stellar opening season in Los Angeles. Anthony Davis was tipped as a personal selection by LeBron James as someone the Lakers' front office ought to recruit last year. At 27 years old, Davis is a player who can take the torch from James as a leader going forward. He is ferocious on both ends of the floor, averaging 26 points last season and over 2 blocks per game, the latter of which he has averaged his whole career. Anthony Davis was brought in by the LA Lakers from the New Orleans Pelicans last summer. Playing with a better side, Davis didn't have to carry the team as he did with the Pelicans. He was able to focus on his game in the paint and let LeBron lead the side on the floor. Davis will start every game he is fit next season and could push for MVP of the league as one of the most feared all-rounders in the NBA. Center. Marc Gasol. Another big man who has just joined the LA Lakers is Marc Gasol. Entering into the free agency off the back of a season in which he supplied the Toronto Raptors with 7 points and 6 rebounds per game, Gasol was picked up by the Lakers on a 2-year deal. The veteran center will come in to replace the outgoing JaVale McGee and will be an upgrade for the Lakers. Gasol arrives at the LA Lakers with 3 All-Star appearances and knows what it takes to win a championship. Although he is reaching the end of his career, Gasol is an efficient shooter and is happy to play the role of facilitator, which will allow the space for Davis and LeBron to lead the line. Shooting guard. CaldwellPope. Coming into the Lakers' starting 5 as the shooting guard next year will be CaldwellPope. KCP was a free agent this offseason, but managed to secure a $40 million 3-year deal, re-signing with the Lakers. Although not the most prolific scorer on the Lakers, KCP was the side's third-best player in the bubble behind James and Davis and improved his defensive rating last season. The 27-year-old is one of the longest-tenured players at the Lakers and will be considered as a core player for the franchise if they are to make a push for the championship again. Small forward. Wesley Matthews. A multifunctional player, Wesley Matthews has played both small forward and shooting guard in his career. With KCP's role cemented in the Lakers' side, Matthews will most likely return to small forward, where he played for the Dallas Mavericks for 3 seasons. Wesley Matthews is another solidifying acquisition by the Lakers as a veteran who can supply on both ends of the court. The LA Lakers required more depth in their backcourt, and in Matthews, they have brought in a tough defensive guard at a considerably low price. He averaged almost 40% from beyond the arc last season, shooting an effective 52% from the field. As a starter or as a bench player, Matthews was another intelligent pickup by the Lakers in the free agency. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for every NBA news and updates.